Hey everyone, Sparks back with another Goddess Victory Nikke video. I am not home as you can see, but Ludmilla's skill kit just got dropped, so we are going to take a look and see just how good she is. We already know she looked good, but let's see if she actually works well as well. That was a lot of wells in a row. Alright, so let's take a look at Ludmilla, spelled L-E-W-D, by the way. We officially voted for this on stream. She is a burst 3 attacker, water type with a machine gun. Standard ammo capacity of 300, although it's more than that, as we'll see in a second here. Reload time of 3 seconds. Okay, so her first skill is Queen's Gaze, and says activates when landing 60 normal attacks and affects the target. Damage taken goes up by 12.5% for 3 seconds. This is really good. So damage taken is going to be even better than if you got like an attack boost or something like that. And then it also deals 158% of final attack as additional damage. So it's going to, assuming this stacks how I predict it will, it's going to deal the 158% of final attack as damage with it having the debuff of taking extra damage. So this could be quite a bit of damage. This looks like a very strong move that's going to happen after 60 rounds hitting the target. And with a machine gun, that can happen very rapidly because the rate of fire on a machine gun is super, super fast. Now, it does need to actually hit them, not just fire them, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem, I don't think. It also has a second part that says activates when landing 60 normal attacks, affects herself, and reloads 20 rounds of ammunition. So again, she has to land the attacks, but she's going to get 20 rounds back. So this is kind of like a built-in Bastion cube. I added this up, and I think she's going to have, assuming every hit lands, she'll actually have a base clip size of 440 rounds. If you also equip her with a Bastion cube, this could get crazy. Obviously, it's going to depend on what level you have it for how much round she's going to get back. But I could definitely see this being a build where she just never reloads. Get a couple of overload lines of max ammunition. You can already almost do this with Modernia and Rapunzel. Where did that come from? Ludmilla is going to be even more capable. It must be because I have Lud on the mind. Anyway, so I think both, like every aspect of this skill 1 is very, very strong. Skill 2 is called Snowstorm. It's another passive, and it says activates when hitting the core 60 times and affects the target. So again, we have a 60 hit, except this time it has to be specifically hitting the core. This one might be a little bit harder to trigger, and not all enemies have exposed cores, and you have to be more accurate with hitting the core. But even so, I see this going off fairly frequently. Machine guns are great for trying to hit cores anyway, and it says it will deal 109% of final attack as additional damage. This is another big offensive attack. Not going to be as crazy as the first one, but we're doing final attack in more than one way here, and this is going to really rack up damage. It also activates at the beginning of full burst and affects herself and increases her crit rate by 14.6% for 10 seconds. So, crit is never something that's like super good, although, we have seen crit builds with things like Guillotine and Scarlet and 2B, so it is out there. But we could potentially do a crit build here, maybe have double machine guns with Guillotine and Ludmilla, and do Mast or something like that. We're probably getting like a little too cute with trying to like do something that isn't really worth doing, but you get what I'm saying. These things can be effective, and just every little bit of just helping her get more and more damage. Okay, her burst has a 40-second cooldown. That's the standard for our burst 3s. And it says it affects herself and increases attack by 62% for 10 seconds. And reload speed goes up by 67% for 20 seconds. The reload speed, I think, is like kind of whatever. I mean, granted, reload speed up on a machine gun user is theoretically good because it is kind of a slow reload. But I think, basically we're just trying not to reload with her. So, she's getting so much ammo, and you can do a big ammo build. I think that's kind of like negligible, but whatever. When you do have to reload, it will be, significantly faster. So that's cool. But the other part increases attack by 62%. That is a big attack boost, a really, really big attack boost. I mean, we're talking about in the realm of like a leader type attack boost, which granted this only affects herself, but this is a really, really big attack buff that's going to, of course, just add to that final attack stat that's going to be on her other 2 skills for dealing damage. So Ludmilla is looking like a really strong offensive powerhouse here. And I'm also really excited, low key, one of the best things about this might be that she is water code, because right now we don't really have any like super strong water attacker allies. I mean, there are some good water units out there such as Privity, but she's more of like a supporting role. So pretty cool to see a water code that's like a really strong offensive unit. Let me know what you think of Ludmilla. I'm pulling for her. I mean, I was already going to pull for her. The design is amazing. She's super mommy. That was the other alternative. It could have been Lud Mama or Ludmilla, and spelled with L-E-W, and the community voted. So we're officially going with Ludmilla. Although I understand that Ludmilla is actually how her name is supposed to be pronounced, even with just the U. Anyway, we're going on a tangent here. I'm getting too excited about the puns. Anyway, I was going to pull for her already, but seeing how strong her kit looks, I am going to go possibly all in on Max Limit Break. She is a limited character, and it would be cool to pick up some extra copies of some of the older Christmas units as well. I'm excited to see what Micah is like. We don't have a kit for her. Low key, I'm hoping she's not as good, just because I want to be able to save more resources, and if I'm trying to get more or extra copies of Ludmilla, then it's going to save me a little bit there. But let me know what your plans are. Please give me a sub for more nikke videos. Let me know if there's anything that I missed about her kit or anything that you have to add to it. I'd love to see what your analysis of her kit is as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video or the next stream.